Greetings and welcome to another episode of the Planetary Persuader. I am Cosmic Kev, your host, and this is for August 4th, 2017, Friday. And what are we looking at today? Well, we've got this moon in Capricorn. And well, I guess the part of Capricorn that the moon would be in, well, if you're watching it in the morning hours, it would certainly be Mula, which is like the root of things. So I can think of that. You know, in the weekend, this weekend, we're going to get to our roots, the roots of things. And it's also Ketu or South Node ruled, so it's an intuitive day. And it's also a day where, you know, I mean, it's nice when you can keep a little tighter hold on your purse strings. Lakshmi likes that on a Friday. Certainly on a Mula day, you don't want to get in any more debt than necessary. So, in Western astrology, we call it, you know, it would be Vedic astrology, it would be a Sag moon. In Western astrology, we've got a Capricorn moon. And we've got opposite the moon is Venus. So we got, you know, like Venus and the moon were opposing each other this morning. And so I always think of that as like the older, wiser woman talking to the really young, full of herself, 20-year-old, and you know, the crone and the maiden, you know, and just the kinds of conversations, you know, idealism versus reality, you know, and in a lot of ways, there's both an intellectual and an emotional component to the moon. When we're really conscious, we're happy in our emotions, we're stable, nothing bothers us, you know. And Venus, you know, Venus has a lot of desires, you know. The Venus may be, you know, in some way dispassionate, but it's also like, I want the pleasure, the amour. And so, you know, we're going, well, will that be smart? Does this feel right? And it's like, well, it feels right in this way, but maybe in this way it doesn't. You know, love is complicated. It's like, well, it shouldn't be. Yeah, you know, you love your babies. You know, loving your babies, loving your puppy, that's never even complicated. And some people never evolve beyond loving the puppy, and that's okay too. So, you know, Western astrology, you know, it's Leo time. Time to be in the heart. And it's also, you know, time you think about more like your father and what experiences he brought. Anything related to the sun. Okay. Now, we're going to just do this. Sign by sign. There's really nothing that major or amazing to talk about. We'll say this, though. We do have a lunar eclipse this month. This weekend, I should say. It actually happens not the weekend, but it's on Monday morning at 11:11 a.m. So Monday the 7th. It's in the lunar nakshatra of Shravana, which means to listen. It's the ear. And so it's like we have to pay attention. We have to listen to different kinds of sounds and things. And really the sound of silence is the one that's most important in Shravana, and it's also a lunar eclipse. And nothing as powerful as what we're going to see in another 2 weeks with the solar eclipse, but nonetheless something worth paying attention to. And the other thing is that we have Uranus going retrograde, which is kind of like shocks and inspiration. So we'll say this much, Uranus is slowing down his gaze now. So Uranus started going retrograde Tuesday night. So, planet goes retrograde. Some people say we internalize the energy. Oh my gosh. So all of us need to embrace our inner weirdo this week is basically what it comes down to. Uranus is a lot like the trickster, a lot like the coyote. And sometimes it's the mad scientist, it's that insane genius, it's Leonardo da Vinci's drawings of how man would fly and things like this that were way, centuries before it actually happened. And so some of us more Uranian type people, we feel like, oh my gosh, are we still stuck on this? Are we not working together to have a better planet? That's always a big question, right? And so in Western astrology, it's an Aquarius moon. So you think in Western astrology, it's like, well, what is the pulse of our social movement? It's all one thing to be in your heart, Leo, and be all about me, me, me. But what about knowledge and how other people are experiencing similar things that lead us to act more powerfully as a group sometimes? So there's your Aquarius new moon. Okay, full moon. 11:11 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Won't want to miss it. With that in mind, we're going to go sign by sign, beginning with Aries. Right now, we're going to do some quick horoscopes, folks. So greetings, Aries. Welcome to your horoscope. So Mars is in Leo this whole month. And so Mars moves slower than the Sun. Moves almost twice as slow as the Sun. So Mars is eventually going to get away. Well, what's going to happen is the Sun's going to get away. Mars is going to be in Leo this whole month. So that's your 5th house, along with the Sun. So this is about creative expression. It's really about your own leadership too, to some extent, and your ability to be assertive. Be assertive with your ideas. Be assertive as a teacher. If you were going to be a yoga instructor, a PE teacher, phys ed teacher this time, I'd say that's great. Go ahead, do it. Go for it. But also, it's a nice time for adventures, backpacking, getting out in the wilderness, woofing on a farm. Mars is Lord of the Earth. And so, Mars and the Sun together. In Vedic, it's a little bit rough, we say in Jyotish or sidereal astrology, Mars and Cancer are somewhat debilitated. Because it's hard when we're overwhelmed by our emotions to make good decisions and have courage, So we need to give each other courage at this time. We might be, all of us might be a little more sensitive, a little more needy. But, the good news is everything changes. Nothing stays the same, We're all going to move forward, and so are you. So, and even though most of you are Vedic Pisces, you Aries, we're going to go to Taurus now, talk some Taurus talk here. Well, greetings Taurus, and welcome to your horoscope. Okay. Capricorn moon is a good moon for you. That's like 9th house, so this is a good weekend to initiate a trip. Take a little adventure, get out there. I think a lot of you are. It's time, and where I live in the northern part of the Sacramento Valley, it has been a summer from, someplace much hotter. And, but it's really nice because there's, 10 feet of snow still on the east side of Mount Lassen, which is only 70 miles away. And so you could throw snowballs in August. And, about 150 miles as the crow flies. There's, west of here, there's beautiful Mendocino and Humboldt coastline, which are like 55 degrees or something, really nice and chilly, and so there's relief there too. All right, so yes, and there's turning on your air conditioner. Yeah, that helps. So Venus has been in Cancer this month, and so that is your third house. Good time for poetry. Good time to reunite with friends from high school or elementary school, or siblings, your sisters and brothers, and even, making peace with your neighbors, and just having fun, being a flirt, loving, finding the love, the amour, or even just the naughty in one of your neighbors. It'll work, It works for you sometimes. You never think anything bad about yourself, Taurus. That's why I love you. So that's also why I never trust you. I'm being really silly. Don't take it all seriously. Those of you who do, you're headed for the fall. So anyhow, I was thinking, Taurus, is like this full moon is about your career life. It's full moon Monday and this little eclipse. So just pay attention how you are in the public and at work, and everything will be fine. All right, Gemini. Oh my gosh. We all need an excuse to laugh. Okay, so Gemini, this is the last week before Mercury goes retrograde. So next week's horoscope, we're going to talk about all that. You're like, oh no, not again. No. Yeah. Well, I mean, let me tell you, Mercury retrograde is going to be pale in comparison to some of this other stuff going down. But for you, I think it's also going to be good. This weekend, I think, might be better just to kind of lay low. Let other people help you if you need help. But, I think once we get into, say, Sunday, you might want to take a trip. You might want to take spontaneous adventure. You might be out, camping out under the stars, underneath this beautiful full moon, lunar eclipse that happens at 11:11 in the morning on Monday. So you might be in, just wanting an adventure, an exotic experience, to take a moon bath. That's what what we Irish people can do. We can do moon baths. Oh, we can do a moon bath. Well, the fairer ones burn. Oh boy. Well, let's see now. So, at this point, we've got Mercury in Virgo, so that's your fourth house. It's actually a much more conscious house. It's a house of family, emotion, but it's also memory, and it's also a house of records. Keeping track of stuff that happened. That's the deal. You might keep a journal, or even just on your calendar, mark your events, things you're going to do, Gemini, because that's what really needs to happen. Is like you need to keep track of stuff, keep records, and then think in terms of history, especially if you're older. If you're older, you can look at a Jupiter cycle, say, what happened to me 12 years ago? Oh, that's, there's something like that affecting me now. Or, Saturn cycle, if you're older, what happened to me 30 years ago? And why am I in this place right now? And, the other cycles are a little bit, they're a little more abbreviated. They're shorter. So, Mars cycle every 2 years. So even that, you can go back. Every 2 years, what happened this time? Lunar cycles, every 28 and a half days. Oh my goodness, that's really tighten up now. So I would just say this is a good time for you as far as communicating about deep stuff that matters more, and just practicing your talents, your skills, and all those lovely Gemini things. Well, hello, Cancer. Hello, Cancer. Have you been waiting for me? I've been waiting for you. Don't make me wait. Okay, so Venus in your first house, You are looking beautiful, my dear. You are inspiring amour. If you're a guy, you're looking handsome. You're more at ease with yourself. So you bring this sense of comfort to people right now with this transit. Okay. So Mars in the second house. I always tell people, sell your guns. Sell your weapons, sell your tools. You can make money that way. Sometimes you buy and sell tools, and that makes you money. Mars in the second house. I always think, though, when Mars goes in the third next month, you'll probably have to do some car repairs or something like that. All right. Fall, this weekend we've got the moon starting in Capricorn, sort of romantic for you. It's kind of a nice peacemaking moon. Friday should be sweet. Should be sweet on Saturday. Full moon. Oh my gosh. There's some deep emotional highs and lows. You know, one of the things I forgot to mention about the whole full moon and Shravana thing is that Shravana, you know, being in Vedic Capricorn, but it's also ruled by the moon, and this is a full moon. Okay, so moon and Saturn are opposite, you know, especially Capricorn. And so there's these opposing energies. One's like, I want to nurture, and the other one's like, hey, I need a container. I need some boundaries. I need, you know, so between our sensitivity and our need for boundaries and tough love and all that stuff, that's a lot of what this full moon is about. Yours, it's in the 8th house. So as 8th house, some other people have the power. So a lot of financial issues you're dealing with will probably come to light in this. And it's okay. You know what? The best thing to do is allow other people to help you. That is how you will succeed. Yes. You allow other people to help you. And, you know, it's all about your values. No. Hello, Leo. Now, more than any other sign, when I tell you you're the flavor of the month, right? You like it. Okay. So my flavors, my favorite flavors. You know, I think about Leo, I think about what does it take to be right in your heart? I mean, it takes something to be in your heart, but to be right in your heart. It takes a lot of self-love. It takes a lot of compassion towards others so you're not so obsessed with yourself thinking about all the stupid mistakes you made. Yeah, there. I said it. Somebody had to. Well, you know, and then you've had Mars kind of near your sun, and I mean, it's combust, they're friends, and it can motivate a lot of physical activity. I mean, the only physical activity, you know, in California and Pacific Northwest this week has been swimming, you know, because it's been hot. It's been hot up. I mean, it got up to 98 in Seattle this week. I mean, this is crazy, you know, it's crazy hot. Over 100 in Portland. All those predictions, yeah. And, you know, and so we all need, you know, we all need compassion for each other. And to stimulate a cool down, you know, because when we act in that way, we become more powerful, we become more loving, and that's what you're all about. And, you know, just taking positive action. A full moon's kind of romantic for you. It could be a little bit uncanny and weird, but it's okay. You know what? It's never too late to be loving, Leo. So, enjoy this week. Hello, Virgo. Okay. So you got Mercury in the first house. Yeah. And Mercury's going to slow down soon. It's, you know, slowing down. And Mercury's Sanskrit name is Buddha. And Buddha means consciousness. And so it's like we're in this place, you know, we have to be conscious. And boy, the whole Virgo thing, or girl, it can be hard. We're hard on ourselves. We're looking at critical details. You know, sometimes we take things apart, perhaps even analyze them a little too much. You know, we want to get away from that. You know, because we want to be open to self-love. And really, like, most of this week, you know, you're kind of on retreat. It's like lay low. It's 12th house. You don't want to be part of your own undoing, and it's easy to do. And so just lay low. Try to smile a little bit. Try to think of things that are pleasant, but try not to engage too much, you know, because you need to engage with spirit. You need to engage with Adonai, the Melkenu, you know, Ashira, the goddess. You know, you need to be in that space of like, I want to connect with the divine, the unlimited. You know, and I mean, if, you know, and if you're Catholic, and that means Mother Mary and Jesus, and you know, that's cool too. You know, I mean, it's like, see, Creator overall looks at your heart, doesn't look at the other stuff. You know, back to the heart thing. You know, it's Leo time, and you know, for Virgos who are oftentimes Vedic Leos, it's like spirit, you know, let's elevate in the spiritual realm and bless others, make good karma. Think of this time as making good karma, isolating yourself, reviewing yourself, preparing for the new year, and making good karma. And you will act consciously. You're going to do good things. I know it. Hello, Libra. Welcome your horoscope. Okay, we're having to move a little quicker now. The great thing is Venus is in your midheaven, so people see your beautiful work. So if you're doing anything artistic, creative, beautifying, negotiating, or just being a sweetheart or a drop-dead gorgeous person are, I know. Okay, well, I'll ignore you then. Oh boy, well, you are now in such a better place. You know, you are in such a better place. And this full moon, it's going to knock your socks off. It's going to be in your 5th house of creative expression. So I want you to do something creative and special. You know, I want you to do something generous and heart-opening. And I want that to be part of your theme. So, you know, you just get busy, get to work. That was a good horoscope. We're not going to have any, no, we're not going to delve quicker. So what about, you know? There's that Pluto squaring my sun. I'm like, you know, would you just give Pluto a freaking break? Maybe Pluto will give you a break? Oh, speaking of Pluto, greetings Scorpio. And welcome to your horoscope. So, yeah. So Mars in Leo thing, you know, with the sun in your midheaven, 10th house. It's like you are master performer. If you're Scorpio in the martial arts, you're going to do really well right now. And this is a time where you show leadership. And this is a time where you show compassion. And this is a time where you embrace a warmth, a nurturing quality that shows that you're ready to rock it in a good way. And that you're winning confidence in people. It's like, okay, this person's being straight with me. They're showing real leadership. You have good, intelligent conversations with people right now. You're working on your spiritual karma, and it's a good thing. You need to. You need to do things perpetually to inspire good health, because it's not just for you, it's for other people. I think you can pray better for people when you're healthy. I mean, it sounds really weird, but I really feel like when we heal our own bodies, we're healing the whole planet around us. And so I can't underestimate that stuff. And I see positive transformation in this weekend and in the following weeks. So keep it up, Scorpio. Okay. All right. Yeah, I know. Okay, so greetings Sagittarius, welcome to your horoscope. So, you know, you're like, okay, what's up? Leo time's a great time for adventure for you. So this week is a good, adventurous week. Looks like you could make a little money today, tomorrow. There's like opportunities to sell stuff you're not using anymore, or, you know, just be open to making some money. Or, you know, or increasing yourself. Good time to sing too, good time to use your voice. So full moon Monday. You know, Aquarius is like a friendly sign to Sagittarius. They're like friends. They're like buddies, you know. Could be roommates from, you know, a long time ago, boarding school or something. Your brothers, your sisters, your cousins. And, you know, this is like where you find poetry. And this is where you find something worth communicating. This is going to be in this full moon Monday. And, you know, it's that contrast. That makes things so beautiful. You know, with Shravana, there's a contrast between that nurturing moon and that more rigid, but kind in the long run, and actually very gentle. You know, I mean, I'm kind of like in this club about the malefics, Saturn and Mars. It's like we need to elevate our malefics. You know, we really do. We need to see the good in everything. And it's not spiritual bypassing, but it's like how much when I wallow in my discontent, I need to be more faithful to asking, there's an opportunity in this for something good. Let me learn from that and act on that. That's the deal. That's the deal, Sagittarius. I know even with this Saturn Sirius stuff, you want that. Capricorn, greetings. Welcome to your horoscope. Insights, pushing you ahead. Leo time. Well, it's the 6th house. Okay, or I mean the 8th house, pardon me. It's the 8th house, so the 8th, 6th, and 12th are considered the toughest houses to transit through. The 8th house is where we're vulnerable. Our backside. Other people's property. Other people's money. Sometimes your spouse is doing better, you know. your boyfriend, girlfriend relationship could be doing better, could help you. I mean, a lot of times 8th house transits, all it's about really is asking for help. So you can't be just proud or stoic, but you also can't be such a user, Capricorn, that you're doing this too often either. But in a good, humble way, say, hey, I could really use help right now, and it'll be a good karma opportunity for somebody else. I really think sometimes we don't give help enough, but sometimes we don't ask for help enough. Full moon could bring some money your way. Could help you deal with some of these financial issues that have been tough. You know, because sometimes 8th house, you get in debt. It's not always easy. Enough said. You know, but I mean, relationship-wise, you're doing really good. It's just that you're a little anxious. Hey, hi, Aquarius, welcome. Okay, so, you are this chilled out, accepting, at times, person. It's so inclusive. Loves the variety. Loves the weirdness. It makes it all good. I get that. Full moon on Monday, in your sign, in the middle of it. 15 degrees. I mean, you can't get, and at 11:11, I mean, 11's Aquarius's number to begin with. And it's also New Age and kind of wacky. I mean, this is significant for us West Coasters. And I'm sure for everybody else too. But there's something about to be activated here. I can feel it. I can sense it. Probably people in Eugene, Oregon, it's going to be a big moon for them, I think. Shravana, listen. And there's a renewal in your heart. And, this is a good time for romance and relationships and just making peace with your coworkers and showing that you're willing to make compromise, even in your own angst, even in your own aloneness. It's a beautiful thing. Plus, you got sex on your mind. I knew that. That's okay. You look, you usually look a little sexier when you're more interested in sex. So I appreciate that. Okay. Now, Pisces. Greetings, Pisces. See, I got somebody's attention now. Yeah, wash your feet. Yeah. I'm bad today, folks. It must be the black shirt with the stars on it. I don't know. Anyhow, Leo time is about 6th house, so it's health issues. It's about organization. It's about charitable causes. It's about making good karma. And with Mercury in the 7th house transit, and it's going to go retrograde mostly around there anyhow, it's like you're going to become a master negotiator. I mean, you'll be able to talk your way out of anything pretty much. This weekend. Okay, parties on Saturday, Friday, yeah, I think so. Go see your friends, socialize, that sounds good. Full moon. Stay home if you can. Go to work, just lay low. Pray for other people, because there's a lot of karma, there's a lot of things out of your own control, and you just don't want to be in your own undoing with the whole eclipse vibe and the full moon and all the 11:11 maniacs running around. I mean, that's just not going to be good. Well, what is good? What is working? Venus is working for you. Venus is in your 5th house. You've got this creative expression and rush going on. Jupiter is in your 8th house, so there's this love of the mystical, and there's this ability for other people to give you gifts right now. It's very helpful. And so even in all this unpredictability and stuff, and harder things you're dealing with, maybe health-wise or otherwise, feeling some kind of isolation or something, it's okay. You know why? Because you are pure love. Otherwise, you wouldn't even exist on this planet. And that goes to all signs, because you know what, people? We are all signs. We have it all. And I look forward to being with you next week. We're going to do this again. Cosmic Kev, your host. We'll be talking some Mercury retrograde smack on the Planetary Persuader with me.